Okay, so if you have a lot of calls and you feel like a lot of them don't convert into actual clients, you have a lot of no-shows, or you just have unqualified prospects, I'm going to walk you through the exact system I'm using. Hey guys, I'm Swayam. I'm the founder of Student AI and Integrous AI. So the strategy that I'm going to tell you about is pretty much a straight one. I'll show you the whole thing and you can copy it if you want. It works really well to increase both the show up rate and the quality of leads. So let's just dive right into it. I'm not going to waste any time. So we're going to look at two key things here: increasing show rate and overall call quality. Leads may come from content, paid ads, whatever it is, but I don't really personally do Instagram DMs, emails, or anything like that anymore. Honestly, when you get to a certain point, you don't really need to. So let's start with where the lead goes first. Initially, they'll land on a lead opt-in page. It's just a simple page that looks like this, and with an opt-in button where you'll find out their information. It's pretty straightforward, just a quick way to gather their info. Once we have their information, technically we've captured a lead. So now here's what I do if they don't book an appointment immediately after filling out their info. Right after they fill it out and are taken to the booking page but don't book, I use AI to reschedule them. I have this little video which I posted a couple of weeks ago that explains how to use AI to call and reschedule them. Now it's like having a personal assistant on your team, but you don't really actually have to hire anyone. It's pretty cool. So the key magic here really comes when the appointment is booked. I break this process into two parts: automation and nurture. First, nurturing, it's proven that it takes about 7 hours of content for someone to make a buying decision. Think about it. If you were in their shoes, would you go online and buy some random product for $7,000 and now you're logged in for 6 months? Probably not, right? And that's why your close rate might be below 20% or even lower. The automation aspect is what I'll explain now. I'll walk through what I do to increase show rates while nurturing the leads simultaneously. At the end of the booking process, they'll be taken to a VSL page, which is basically the thank you page you always see when you book a call. But this isn't just any thank you page, you need to build this out strategically. So let's break this down. On the VSL page, like the video sales letter page, I have a few key elements. There's a video, then my Instagram profile, and a link to my Facebook group. These are supposed to be switched around, but it doesn't matter too much. The first step is to really getting them indoctrinated into what you do. You want to establish trust early on, show that you're an expert, and make them feel like you can help them. You also need to address potential bottlenecks, showcase testimonials, and do whatever you can to build trust. The goal is to ensure that they actually show up to the appointment. This video could be anywhere from 3 minutes to 20 minutes long, depending on how much you want to share. The goal is to get them familiar with who you are, what they should expect on the call, and set some expectations for the call. For example, ask them to have their partner with them if they have one, or to make sure they're sitting at a desk and not in their car. Next, we have the Facebook group. This is something I do that a lot of people don't, and it's a big missed opportunity. When you create a Facebook group and get your target audience, in my case, real estate agents, into the group, you're creating a space where they can absorb your content. Eventually, the group will grow, but even if there's nobody in there initially, people will still join. Use the group as a nurturing box, post regularly, show up, keep engaging with them, and the goal is for them to keep seeing your face and absorbing your content. After that, the third step is to ask them to follow you on Instagram. Show them that your profile, post reels, and keep your content up to date. The idea here is the same. You want them to see that you're active and that you're an authority in your niche. If they go through your booking link but don't see anything but you, they're probably going to be skeptical. That's one reason why they might not be closing. So ultimately, this entire thank you page process is super simple, but it works. Now let's break down the automation sequence. This is one of the most important parts of the whole system. You've got your standard email reminders, SMS reminders, and in my case, even calls. So here's how I do it, and you can replicate this easily. The first is automated email. As soon as they book an appointment, they get an automated email confirming the time and date. The email clearly states that it's an automated message, so they know it's just a confirmation. Next, we go with automated text. We have to, like 5 minutes after the email, I send them an automated text. It says something like, hey, this is why I saw you just landed on my calendar. Did you get the invite? Like, there's not supposed to be a question mark in there, but the idea is to get them to respond, yeah, I got the invite. So a lot of people don't mark their calendars. So this is a way to ensure that they'll actually show up. Then after sending that text, I wait about 10 seconds. This gives them time to respond and really commit to showing up. It's a small detail, but it actually makes a difference. Then 20 minutes later, I send them a case study email. This email gives a breakdown of the system I use, the people it's helped, and why I'm different. It's essentially like the VSL video, but in email form. You want to highlight the value you bring, show you've helped others, and explain why you're different from all other agencies out there. Include video links, testimonials, and anything else that adds value. Then, 24 hours before the appointment, I have an AI-powered reminder call to go out. This is pretty cool. It's not a human making the call, but the lead doesn't know that. The AI will say something like, hey, just a reminder that your appointment is tomorrow. Can you still make it? If they say no or can't make it, the AI reschedules the appointment for them automatically. This is a huge time saver and it works really well. People forget appointment all the time, but with this AI system, we can reschedule them without any hassle. And of course, you'll want to send regular appointment reminders, like a 5-minute reminder, 10-minute reminder, whatever works best for you. These are straightforward, but they can help make sure that everything stays on track. So the big picture and why this works is that you're creating a system with a high close rate, a high show rate, and an overall easier way to run your business. So think about it. If you can build trust through this nurture sequence and your automations ensure people actually show up, you're going to close more deals. The lead has already seen your content, they trust you, and they know what to expect. They're coming into the call already prepared and ready to engage, making them more likely to buy. A quick note on guarantees. I don't like a lot of people offer guarantees like if we don't deliver, you don't pay. But here's the thing, I don't do any guarantees. And that's because I don't really need to. If you build trust the right way, you won't have to rely on guarantees to close deals. That's what the system does. And that's it. This is the system I use and it's worked incredibly well for me. It's not overly complicated, but it's effective. If you've got appointments coming in, follow this appointment booking and nurture sequence, and I guarantee you'll see an increase in your show rates and overall lead quality. Get this implemented today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.